Hello, everyone, and welcome to VSurf Canada's Mental Health in Youth series, Elevate Yourself, supported by TD Bank. My name is Tracy Nguyen. I am a program coordinator at VSurf Canada, and I will be your host for today. It is officially the finale of our series. The weeks have flown by, and VSurf Canada is so grateful for all of your support in making this into a huge success. We hope that you have elevated yourself in one way or another through attending our workshops. Now, I know many of you are anticipating the announcement of our contest winner, and I will continue to keep you on your toes by announcing the name at the end of our workshop, so stay tuned. Let's begin our final workshop with the topic, Yoga for Youth, an Empowering Tool. I would like to introduce our special guest, Savita Rathore. She has graciously decided to fill in for Priyanka, who is unable to attend. Savita is a certified yoga teacher and a mediation practitioner who is ready to share her passion and her knowledge with all of you today. We are thrilled to have her on board, so please welcome Savita. Hi, Savita. How are you?
Hey there, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you for having me here and giving me such a nice introduction. I'm glad I'm able to come and meet you guys.
Of course. So for all of our viewers who are new to who you are, can you give a brief self-introduction?
For sure, Tracy. So, hello everyone. My name is Savita Rathore. I am a typical Canadian mom. That's my sweetest introduction I can give it to anyone. I have a 9-to-5 job, and then I have 2 young kids who are not so young anymore. They are in high school, and then between all other activities, I'm a certified yoga teacher. I teach yoga lessons, and then I'm a certified meditation practitioner as well. And this all makes me a complete woman. That's just my introduction.
Amazing. Is there anything else you want to share about yourself, or maybe what made you choose your path towards yoga?
Okay, so as I mentioned you that I had 2 teenage kids at home. So my kids, my family is absolute sports-loving family. So my kids have been throughout different kind of sports, and I sit with many sports clubs on their board, and I've volunteered numerous times. So that sports is something my family is very passionate about. So I've been doing yoga through most of my life, but it's just when the pandemic hit, and every one of us get a chance to sit still and just think what we want from this life. And that's where I realized that I should take my yoga passion seriously. And I enrolled for a yoga program with a school in United States, my Vinyasa practice. And when I was taking on my journey of being a yoga teacher, it changes my life. The way it introduced me to yoga, it was an absolute different, it's a different prospect. Like, it was a different angle I never knew about yoga. And after 6 months of training and 2 years of practice, I am so happy that I took this journey, and it has changed me phenomenally. And now I'm on my journey to change everyone's life who I met. So you are also a part of the same.
That's amazing. Thank you for letting us in on your journey towards life with yoga. That's so wonderful. Can you answer why did you decide to join VSurf Canada's Mental Health in Youth series? Maybe some of the viewers are quite curious about that.
So, okay, you know that the present generation, wherever in the world, they have the highest level of anxiety and stress in the human history of thousands of years. The present generation, we said that we are so resourceful, but we don't know that how much of stress and anxiety these young kids are holding. And there can be numerous reasons to that. I'm not coming to that. I'm not coming to what causes the problem. I'm here with the solution. And I know the shortest and quickest and short way to solve all these mental anxiety and stress is through mindfulness, through meditation, and yoga shows us a path to that journey. And when I came to know about VSurf Canada, this program, I was like, this is an amazing platform through which somebody like me can come and talk to you people face to face. And perhaps even if my word can change one person's thought or orientation tonight, I'll feel myself blessed. And for sure, VSurf Canada has given us this platform. So thank you for that.
Of course. Thank you so much for that. And we are so grateful to have you on board and to share all that you know with our viewers. I think some of them will feel quite inspired after this workshop. So thank you so much for coming and joining us.
That's my intention tonight.
Of course. So we're going to start right into our Q&A. If anyone has questions for Savita, feel free to comment down below and we will get right to them. But I do have quite a few questions I wanted to ask you, Savita, if you don't mind. My first one is, can you tell us or explain to us why is yoga suggested for the younger population when schools are offering so many other different programs in their curriculum?
I'll start this question with a very beautiful quote by Dalai Lama. You know that he's the figure to whom we all respect when it comes to meditation, to peace, to everything when we look at. So Dalai Lama said that if every 8-year-old child is taught meditation in this world, it will eliminate violence within one generation. You don't need to do anything else. All you need to do is to teach meditation to these kids. Now, when we are talking about our school curriculum, I have high regards for that. My kids have gone through that education system, and I absolutely believe that these education system has been drawn after doing a lot of research and data from all over the place, and these education systems are capable to raise up good human beings, and I absolutely adore that idea. But still, after doing whatever our education system and our society is doing, you can still, as I said, that our present generation is having the highest level of anxiety ever felt by human being, because there is something that our present society and our present phenomena is influencing our kids, especially the youth. Like as soon, maybe we are saying it's in the name of your digital, or maybe it's just a lot of people the social interaction is less, or whatever we can say the reason for anxiety is. It's just because a lot of people are away from each other, and in this distance, they're distancing from themselves as well. And when we introduce yoga in their curriculum, or whatever the platform we teach them through this digital platform or through outside school or whatever the way, yoga increases the awareness of their body to themselves. They understand themselves better. Yoga teaches them to be more focused. They can take that focus to their classroom. Yoga teaches them to be more physically healthy, with more stable mind that they can take to their sports. And yoga overall increases their confidence, their attention span that they can take to their workplaces. So it's such a phenomenal thing. And all you need to do is just create that awareness about your breath. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to go anywhere away. You need to just go inside. And I'll give you a very small example for this. I have two kids. My daughter is a younger one. So when she was going to elementary school, I believe her teacher, I really give him high regards now. He started this at his own. So whenever my daughter used to go into the classroom, they used to practice 4 minutes of mindfulness before the start of the session. And she did that for 3 years, till the time she was with him in elementary school, while my son was going to a regular program. He was not fortunate enough to have such amazing teacher. Like, he had good teachers, but not with the same thought process. That's the only difference. And now when I see that when my daughter has grown up and my son has grown up, like, my daughter has such a phenomenal attention span. Maybe that's something she's born with, but I can any day share the credit with her teacher who introduced her to mindfulness. And they, in the beginning of session, they make them do the mindfulness activity, and then they make them do the homework or whatever the activity they are supposed to do in the class. And from there, my daughter learned that strategy, and it is helping her throughout her education career. And I really wish that every child on this planet should get one such teacher who believes in the power of mindfulness. And that's what I'm highly vocal about it. Introduce your kids to mindfulness or yoga or meditation. They are same synonyms.
Yes, of course. I'm actually a student teacher, and when I work in schools, I've noticed that a lot of teachers have started to implement like a morning mindfulness just in the morning before we start school, because there's always a busy life at home. They do something to help the students feel more grounded, and they've really recognized how valuable mindfulness is for not just, an adult, but for a young child to participate in that, for them to feel ready to learn and to grow at school. So it's definitely been a lot more of a common thing that slowly but surely is getting into a lot of our classrooms. So that's great that you brought that up.
Thank you. And I appreciate your teachers who got this awareness and they are taking it to the younger kids. It's so much easy to teach them rather than teaching to an adult. It's so much easier when you start doing things the right way. I'm glad.
Yes, of course. So I heard that you believe that introducing yoga to kids at a younger age can really improve their athletic performance. So can you provide a couple of examples to help viewers at home gain a better understanding of this?
For sure. So I'll just give it a very real example. So my son used to play soccer with a team. Like he really went up to a good level. Like he used to be with the rap team. And so you understand that in most of the sports, you got injuries, which is a very, very common thing. And the reason for injury is your lack of flexibility, or maybe you were unstable at this point of time. And then he used to go for physio or with athletic therapies. And then when the physiotherapist or the athletic therapist make him do certain stretches, I can easily correlate that with yoga because I have done yoga since like, I don't know, I was 15 or 16. So I know about yoga and I was like, wow, but I was not trained enough to teach my son, to help him. So, and then I realized that like now when I do yoga, like my son comes to me and he's like, Mom, can you please help me? Can you please help me? And I've seen that he is finding a lot more increased span of flexibility. His joints are opening up better. His range of motion has improved. I'll give a very small example to all the soccer players. I'm sorry about soccer because that's what I have been grown up playing, watching my kids playing. And my daughter does figure skating, but soccer is something which is more closer to his heart and my heart. So when a ball comes to a soccer player, you have fraction of a second to hold the ball and pass it on to another player. So your thought process has to be very sharp and very focused. How do you get that? If your mind is wandering around with numerous thoughts, when you are into that fight or flight zone, when the cortisol take over that situation, and that's where you will find all these young players, especially who are up till the high school. After high school, these clubs, they got in all kind of teachers from the world and they train their athletes. But until that time, you're pretty much at your own, and then that's where the challenge comes. And I was like, how's about if every club introduced a week of mindful sessions so these kids, their brain becomes stronger and their judgment level increase. When they are able to judge better, they can immediately take a quick decision on the field and they know how to react. Here's another example, like my son. I mean, I'm just bringing him forward all the time. Like he used to have a lot of growing pain problems. And you know what? Now I realize that when you have a pain in your groin, it's the name of a muscle, which is like, I don't know how deep it is. And then yoga has so many wonderful stretches that can help you to increase the flexibility or momentum in that groin. Do you know that most of the famous athletes, I will not say most of the famous people, just I narrow it down to athletes, they all do yoga and meditation session on a regular basis. I did some research. Your favorite Michael Jordan, he does so. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Stephen Curry. What else should I tell you the names? They all regularly go into yoga workshops and they are openly talking about attending meditation sessions. They have been practicing meditation and they know that how much it helps them when they go in the rink to play the game. So if these guys are doing, who are your idol, you should also do that.
That's amazing. I love that you did some research, you got some names out there, and I think it's really eye-opening because I don't think a lot of people are aware that how powerful yoga can be for athletes, and that lots of athletes, like you just mentioned, are participating in yoga in part of their practice to become a better athlete in their performances. So it's really interesting to see, and it kind of broadens the perspective because I think a lot of people might see that athletes should have, like a good physical fitness, but they forget about the mental fitness, which is almost as equally as important.
It is equally important. You have to be mentally strong as well and emotionally strong as well.
Yes.
That makes you a complete player.
That is great. Thank you for giving us an example. While we're talking about mindfulness, can you explain the difference between mindfulness and then meditation?
That's a very interesting question. Very, very interesting question. And what happened? A lot of people, they usually get confused with two words. Like I tell people, you should practice mindfulness. They're like, I'm doing your meditation every day. I said, it's two different things. You should practice mindfulness and you should meditate. And so I'm so excited you asked me this question, and I really want to tell everyone this answer. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness means being present now. Whatever you are doing right now, what are you thinking about your present? And our only present state is our breath. Our thoughts are our past, our actions are our future. It's only our breath that is present. And when you are aware of your breath, when you are aware of your present, then it's mindfulness. Mindfulness can be done anytime, anywhere. You can do it for 30 seconds. You can do it for 5 minutes. You can do mindfulness in the shower. You can do mindfulness while cooking, or maybe you are just browsing not your phone, sorry. You are in your locker and you're just, okay, my friends are not looking at me, let me practice mindfulness. You can do that. It's so short and quick. It can be that short and then quick. What is meditation? Meditation means stilling your thoughts. Stilling, but means making them still, not stealing it, sorry, my accent. Stilling your thoughts. Our mind keep going throughout the day. We produce, I don't know how many thousand thoughts in a day. Meditation is a practice when we sit silent and we allow these thoughts to just pass away. It can be a past thought or it can be a present thought. Most of the time you are dealing with your past thoughts. Those thoughts who are impacting your present and your future. When you go into the meditation, you sit, you explore your thoughts, you filter them, and you practice to let go of the past thoughts. When your past thought goes away, new thoughts came. You make room for new things. A mindful meditation session should be minimum of 5 minutes, and you can go for as long as you want. 20 minutes is recommended for people like you and me who have other worldly chores to do. A monk can do it maybe for an hour or so. So that's the prime difference. Mindfulness, that's what I said, the mindfulness for the school kids. Such a short and sweet thing for them. Yes. I hope I explain everybody the difference.
Yes, it was very clear. And thank you for clarifying that for a lot of people, because I think those two terms are thrown around a lot and it can be quite like intertwined and people think it's the same thing, but there is quite a big difference. And I never knew that mindfulness can be so quick, like 2 minutes and you've already like done your mindfulness, So that's really great.
You go to a meeting and just before that sit outside, do 1 minute mindfulness and you will feel better. You will feel that your thoughts are much clearer now. Your ideas are much clearer.
Oh, that's amazing. You mentioned quite earlier about how in today's society, youth are a population that experience a lot of stress and anxiety. So how can yoga help them cope with that negative emotions that they're going through?
Okay, so a lot of people think that yoga means only the physical exercise. I used to think the same until I go to a school and I start learning. Yoga is a lifestyle. It starts right from the basics of, it teaches you right the basics of how to live in a society, how to live at your home, like cleanliness, taking daily baths, non-violence. You shouldn't steal anything, just kind of basic abstinence, which are society norms. And then we go to the physical aspect. So when you're doing the physical aspect, or which is known as the asana, a lot of people, they are not fully aware of their body. They are not fully aware of their range of motion. It doesn't just apply only to athletes. It applies to younger kids as well. Like they sometimes don't know how their hands feel like what senses they are going through their body right now. They sometimes don't understand what is happening in their body. And it's not only for kids, it's for adults as well. So when you do yoga, awareness increases for your body. I'll give a very small example. You wake up and you're like, I'm having a pain. Where do you have a pain? I am having a pain in my leg. Where in the leg? Your leg is a very big limb. Oh, I have it somewhere. That's your only awareness. You don't have a bigger awareness than this. But when you start practicing yoga, your awareness increases. You start understanding more about your body. And then you start identifying your body. And that once you start understanding your body, your confidence grows about your body. And then people, whatever the shape, size, or whatever the abilities they are grown up with, they start accepting that. Because yoga gives you that kind of phenomenal experience. I wish I had some data or some stats to share with you, but this is a feeling which you have to feel. I've seen a lot of people when they practice yoga, they just stop thinking about their weight. They just stop thinking about my hand is not lifting, my this is not lifting. They just look at the positive side of their body. That's how yoga increases your body awareness. Now, how it helps to reduce their anxiety. One, lot of the kids are conscious about their body. Second, performance anxiety. I believe everyone has it. And the younger you are, the more you have it. Because when you grow up, you understand a bit. This will pass, that will pass. Because your experience teaches you. But when you are young, to you, if your toy broke, the world falls apart. You understand that you didn't get a good mark in your exam test. You feel like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? I mean, I deal with it pretty much every other day. When they go to school and they're like, oh, I didn't do well. I said, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. But they don't understand that. So when you start practicing yoga, asanas, or breath work, or mindfulness, you start getting more conscious of your environment. You start understanding that this is not everything in life, and you grow more positive about it. You understand that there is more to it, which I understand now when I turn 40, but I wish if somebody at the age of 20 understand that part, it will be so much easier for them to deal with the circumstances. Like whatever experience teach me, they can learn by practicing yoga, by practicing stillness in their mind, stillness in their thoughts. Because when you got still, you can see more. When your mind is haywire, that's how you see. But when you have a clear thought, you see like this. And that's how you have less anxiety on you. And with mindfulness and some breathwork techniques, it helps to keep your blood pressure low and calmer. Your heart beats better and your thought process slow, which gives you less anxiety. So that's what I feel like. If we can introduce every child to yoga and meditation, will be having mindfulness, you will be having less chances of anxiety among the youth, and they'll be better prepared.
Wow, yeah.
Right. It makes sense now when I study about all these things. And I was not aware of this thing 2 years back. So that's what I said. I'm highly vocal about
knowledge. Yes.
I'm highly vocal about it now.
So as we're still talking about youth and yoga, what are some yoga poses that can, be done anywhere, outside or at home? And if you don't mind, maybe you might want to show a couple poses to the audience.
Okay, so for that, I need to move my chair. And do you think there is any questions from the audience, or should I just, I should move ahead? Because I need to sit on my chair for that.
Maybe move ahead, and then if we do have questions, we'll answer them afterward.
Okay, just wait for a sec. I'm setting up my stuff. Give me a second, okay?
Of course.
Okay, so we are in a digital world, guys. Sorry. So here we are. So I think about some asana or some stretches, which I believe everyone can do. And I guess it's great if I can show you the options on chairs, so you can do it even in a classroom. Like, you shouldn't be doing, but if you get a chance, why not? Anywhere on the wherever you are sitting. So now one thing, when you are doing yoga, you have to understand one thing, you have to be relaxed. You cannot have a tired body or a tired breath. You have to be relaxed. I'm not saying that you should be absolute doing nothing, but you should be relaxed. Always make sure that your feet are touching the floor. This one I'm showing, this is appropriate for everyone, especially for athletes. And it's good for young kids, it's good for elders, it's good for mid-age people like me. And I have got always, this is my favorite pose. It is known as seated pigeon. What you need to do is lift your left leg, place it on your right thigh, okay? So yeah, I'm always a cold person. So now here, you can see that your leg is always elevated. Why? Because your groins, your hip muscle is so tight, it is holding it together now. But it should be relaxed. How to relax it? With your palm, gently press your knee down. There will be a resistance. I said gently. I don't want you to put a lot of force on it. Gently. Down and hold here. You will have a sensation in your groin, in your muscles, because your body is doing something that it is not practicing for so long. But at the end, you will feel great. Hold it here for 4 breaths. Just 4 breaths means at least for a few seconds, or maybe eventually for a minute. Now, place your left hand on your left knee, your right hand on your ankle, and on an exhale, gently bend down. How low you have to go? Let your body decide. I can go this low because I'm practicing it every day. But for a normal human, even going up till here pains them. What is going to happen? You will have a lot of stretch on your glute, and your upper groin is also giving you some of like, no, I don't want it. But don't listen to that and stay here. And just keep breathing. When you breathe, your pain relaxes. You just give it some energy. And whenever done, come up. We'll be doing the same thing on other side. You should be doing this 3 to 4 times each day. And I'm telling you guys, even if you go into gym, you are running, whatever you are doing, still a lot of people have this posture. And through practicing yoga, will go down. Gentle press it. Okay, it's too fast because I am in a practice. My body is pretty warmed up. Down. Hold it here. The idea is to have a straight line. Same thing. One hand on knee, another hand on ankle, and gently down. Stay here for a few breaths. When I said breath, you have to inhale deep and exhale deep. One more breath. And come up. Another one, I'm going to show you from side. This is for your legs. The second one is for your spine. You know, our spine is the one which is the poor chap, usually in pain. So come on the side of the chair, hands on your knees, inhale, open your chest, take your chin all the way back. You can see a curve formed in my spine. This is known as the cow pose. Exhale, squeeze your belly in, take your chin to the chest, roll those shoulder blades up. This is cat pose. Now watch how my spine is dancing. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, come to neutral. You can do this 8 times. Wherever you are sitting, as I said that, maybe you are sitting in the car and waiting for someone. Take your time to do this cat and cow and make your spine dance and allow those muscles to move around and create a deep stretch. And definitely you will feel better about it. So those are my always 2 on the go kind of stretches which I recommend everyone. You know, without fail, just do it. So how do you feel about that, Tracy? I'll take it back. See, that's a digital limitation. You need to move yourself away.
Oh, yes. I hope our viewers really enjoyed that. That was a great example. And something so simple, something that I can definitely see anyone, even myself, just doing it at home, right? Any time of the day. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing that for us. As we're talking about people at home, can you explain a little bit of how can viewers feel more connected with themselves through yoga?
Okay, so you must have heard a lot of people saying that you should do meditation. You should do meditation. I wish everyone can do meditation, but it's not so easy. It is not easy at all. Making your body still for 15 minutes is a challenge. That's why the asanas come into play. The asanas, the physical one. So you are saying that, oh, I'm doing a lot of cardio. Cardios are beautiful, whatever you do in your gym. But cardio doesn't involve a process where you feel connected with yourself. So what I would suggest you start your journey maybe through YouTube, or maybe you come into the guidance of a yoga teacher for a little while. Think it as an investment. Spend some time with them and understand how you can take on this journey. So what I suggest is everyone, in my class, I teach everyone yoga, the asanas, integrated with breath. Like they can go wrong in their physical aspect, but I don't let them deviate from their breath. When you stay connected with your breath and your body, it's so easy for you to practice meditation. And through that classroom, they took away the similar habits to their personal life, to their work life. So I would highly suggest you can go on YouTube. There are numerous free videos on it, or you can go to there are so many online classes going on. Just try to build add yoga to your life at least once a week. Ideal situation is twice, no more than that is required. And just learn how to be aware of your body, how to be aware of your breath, and then take those things anywhere else. I guess that's the best way to increase the awareness. For once, you have to learn it.
That makes sense. Yes.
Right. You have to learn what you need to do.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
I don't see any other questions coming in as of now. So maybe for now, do you have any pieces of advice for people who are interested in participating in yoga or mindfulness, but they just don't know where or how to start?
Okay, so there is one thing. I know, okay, let me start it for seniors, because I know that I've been teaching a lot to them. Wherever you are living in, wherever the part of city you are living, I believe most of the municipalities, they have some senior welfare community center in their neighborhood. So my suggestion is to connect with them and check out, because they should be offering you free yoga classes, as Government of Ontario is funding many programs for senior wellness, and it will be the most appropriate platform to start. Like I've been teaching yoga lessons with certain few senior clubs. So that's a great place to start. And for everyone else who has, the timing limitation, or who are into job, somebody like me and many other yoga teachers, they are teaching classes online, and I'm sure your nearest community center or a yoga studio, just try once a week. And nowadays, you know what? They all open just 15 days back. Most of them are giving very good deal. Like I'm not one of those people, so I can, I'm doing it on Zoom at home, but at least go and experience it and just try to build it in your personal space. I guess that's the best way to approach that. And once you go to a studio for 2-3 months, you got a sense of it, and then you can switch to YouTube and many yoga apps. But you need somebody to help you to start with.
Okay.
That's I have learned in my life. You need somebody to put you on track. And from there, they will teach you how to do breath work. They will teach you how to do meditation. Yoga is never complete without meditation. Don't go to someone who just makes you do exercise and send you home. No, that's not yoga.
Wonderful. And how would maybe someone younger, like a youth, how would they start to participate in yoga?
I guess the same things. I would really wish that school inculcate them, because it's easier. Or because I know that community, because they have so much of energy, it's so difficult for a community center or a program to start.
Yes.
Or maybe look on for some yoga studios who do it for kids. I know that for many athletic clubs, there is specialized yoga teachers who teach yoga to these athletes. For them, there is. But yes, for a normal child, like if I want to take my son or my daughter somewhere, yeah, it was a problem because we don't have really some dedicated programs for youth. And that's something I wish we have more of it. But until then, parents just take them around with you wherever the studio you are going, or just check up with them. And I know that certain organizations, they keep posting kids yoga sessions. Just go on Google. I mean, I don't have anyone on the top of my mind. I did one during summer, but like I don't do it throughout the year.
Yes.
Just they're busy.
Yes, great. Just gonna double check if we have any questions. I don't think so, but you've done an amazing job. Had a lot of great information to give and a couple poses. I love that you got up to just show everyone. So that's great. Do you have any final words that you want to say to our viewers at home before we wrap up?
So just again, I will quote Dalai Lama's line, which I love it. I read it 2-3 years back and it was in my mind and I bring it to me. If every person on this earth starts meditating, it will end the violence. And we all need peace, especially in these tough days. When the world is on a brink, we need peace. And trust me, when we were dealing with COVID, if you are practicing yoga, your lungs become much more healthier. So please take out time for yourself, be a bit selfish, and do some deep breathing. That's all from me.
Thank you. That was beautiful. So everyone, that concludes the workshop and our Mental Health in Youth series. If you have any further questions that pop up later on, feel free to send us a message on our Instagram at V-Surf Canada, and then we'll email them to Savita and she can connect with you from there. So I do want to take this moment to thank TD Bank in supporting our initiative in creating a platform for youth to take care of their mental health and their well-being. This was a valuable cause for us, and we are very honored to have served the community in this way. A really big special thank you to Faisal Modena and Rashimi Wara, who gave us internal support to get this project approved in the first place, and then to Elizabeth Harding and Camila Del Duca for assisting us with the implementation of the project itself. So it would not have been a big success without all of your help. I also would like to really express my appreciation for our special guest speakers who engaged with us with some amazing and heartfelt conversations to share their wisdom. So big thank you to Savita Rathore, Priyanka Yogini, Kristen Williams, Mohammed Sheikh, Lamia Alden, Vanessa Balicki, and Zachary Ventura. We could not have done this without any of you. Last but certainly not least, I know a lot of the viewers at home are anticipating something. So thank you all for attending our workshops throughout these great 10 weeks. We hope that you learned something valuable and will take charge to elevate yourself every single day. Your mental health matters and you matter. Now, it is time to make the exciting announcement of our contest winner. We have gathered all the names who have entered, whether through registration or on social media, and we did a draw earlier today. So a big congratulations to John Clott. A little applause just for you. We will contact you to receive your prize, and thank you for supporting our series, and to everyone else at home. That is a huge wrap, folks. If you wish to watch all of our previous workshops or to share them with your friends or your family and colleagues, you can watch the entire series on our YouTube channel at V-Surf Canada. Please follow our social media so you can stay updated on our next events. Stay safe, stay healthy, and elevate yourself. Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.